Digoras from TECNALIA, and we will describe you the activities of the Health Technologies unit in TECNALIA that is more related with the assistive technology area. Here you can see in the slide the index of the presentation we want to do now. First of all, I will present the speakers, my colleagues that will collaborate with me in the presentation, explain you who we are and what we do, speak about our team and the facilities that we have, and after we will focus on different projects we are running in the department. I will start with the presentation. My name is Sigone. Some of you met me in the last workshop of ETNA. I started in the project in that workshop, so we will see in the next. And I will have the collaboration of Alfonso Dominguez and Leide Martinez. They will explain us some projects in the department. Okay, who we are? We are the Health Technologies unit of TECNALIA. TECNALIA is a research and technology organization center in Spain. It was set up in 2010 and resulting from the merging of 8 research institutes in our region. Here you have in the slide the names of the different research institutes that are now in TECNALIA. So from 8 now we are 1. The activity in TECNALIA is organized in 5 divisions, and the assistive technology field is included in the health division, and most specifically in health technologies department. We have another 4 divisions in TECNALIA focused more on ICT or industry or innovation and society or energy construction and so on. The Health Technologies unit, we work here to develop technologies and solutions to improve the quality of life of elderly and people with disabilities, and also solutions or supporting tools for the carriers and the healthcare staff. Our research is to add quality of life to the aging process, is to rehabilitate and compensate situations of disability and dependence, and also to help professionals of the social and healthcare sector. And we work in 3 areas: rehabilitation, e-health, and assistive technologies. After we will see the activities, some activities in each of these 3 areas. So we will come again to these 3 areas next. We are in the department 45 researchers, more than half are PhDs, and we have people from 10 different countries. So we have an important international representation between our team. We also work actively or collaborate with 4 nodes around Europe, 1 in Serbia for biomedical engineering, 1 in Germany, in Thuringen, focus on physical and cognitive rehabilitation and also brain-computer interface, 1 in France, in Montpellier, and one in Italy, in Pisa, that works in service robotics and also assistive technologies. This nodes, some people of the nodes belongs to TECNALIA, and also we collaborate with some hospitals or universities near the nodes. About our facilities, we have two home labs, two small apartments or laboratories that are like apartments. One is more dedicated to monitoring activities in the home and is include different sensor networks and environment control technologies that we can use for different tests and for different projects. And we have a second home lab that includes two observation rooms. It's not adapted flat in order to identify real needs of users coming to test in the laboratory, in the home lab. Also, we have some specific laboratories for movement analysis and physiological signal analysis, and some facilities for electronics development and testing, a small one. So this is a brief presentation of our department, and now we will start to explain some more details about our activity. I will start presenting some projects of the rehabilitation area, and after my colleagues will present another projects from another areas. The rehabilitation group in our department works in neuro and orthopedic rehabilitation, and the research is focused on rehabilitation robotics and functional electrical stimulation for physical training and recovery. We also work in tools for assessment, for the assessment of the improvement of during the rehabilitation or recovery. We try to develop technologies to facilitate the rehabilitation at home or out of the hospitals, and we work in new methods to assess the cognitive and motor learning and training. One of the examples of the projects in this area is this, the arm assist rehabilitation device. We have developed and patented a portable, low-cost rehabilitation device for the upper limb training. It's a two-dimension movement device that measures the position of the device on a table, and also has a sensor to measure the vertical force when the arm is supported by the device. The device is connected using Bluetooth technology with a computer where different 3D games are provided to the patient during the rehabilitation. This device has been developed by TECNALIA with resources coming from private investors in our area. Here you can see in the next slide some figures of how the system is used. It is focused for patients, stroke patients, and trying to train the patient during extension movement of the arm. So here you can see the patient working with the arm assist device and playing a game that is designed to train this extension movement of the arm in the patient. The idea is to get a solution that can be used at home or can be used out of the hospitals. Connected with this pharmacist, we have developed a telerehabilitation platform in order to deliver the therapies to the homes and to provide a solution for a rehabilitation center to remotely monitor and supervise the rehabilitation therapy of different patients. It is a web-based platform, and it has been developed in collaboration with other partners, Spanish partners, in a national project. And at this moment, we are testing the solution in two hospitals here in Spain. One is the Goodman Institute in Catalonia, and the second one is the Hospital La Fe in Valencia. Using this platform, the professional can plan the training or the therapy for each patient. The professional can customize the gain parameters for each patient. He or she can set an individual calendar for the patient, can follow the progress, and can also have a real-time contact with the patient. The telerehabilitation platform also supports the professionals during the assessment. The professional can access from everywhere to the results of the assessment, check the evolution. The professional can also send short games online to the patient to measure the function directly, and can contact the patient by video messages or video conferencing. So these are some examples of the activity in rehabilitation area, and now Alfonso Dominguez will explain you our activity in e-health area. Alfonso?
Hello, good morning. My name is Alfonso, and as Ivone has previously commented, I'm going to introduce you the activity we developed here in the e-health field of application. Our activity is mainly divided in two areas called telecare and telehealth. The first one, telecare, provides care, risk prevention and support solutions for independent living, including lifestyle monitoring, fall detection systems, prevention, and tools for supporting caregivers. On the other hand, telehealth is more oriented to health conditions of the individual and provides a personalized healthcare solution and management of long-term conditions at home. That includes monitoring of vital signs, solutions for medication compliance, personalized healthcare applications, tools for supporting clinicians, and for prevention. As an example of work done in these areas, I'm going to introduce you two of these projects. The first one, is a teleassistance mobile device which incorporates an automatic fall detection system, communications, and location capabilities that can be used both in indoor and outdoor environments. It has been designed and developed entirely by TECNALIA, taking into account guides and patterns to improve its usability by elderly people. GIA has several alarms. For example, a panic button that a user can press whenever an emergency happens, an automatic fall detector based on 3-axis accelerometers, and a warn alarm which detects whether the device is being warned or not by the user. Once the alarm is activated, GIA sends a message to a relative or the call center, depending on how it has been configured. The content of this message are, among others, the GPS position and the type of alarm that has been activated. And thanks to the hands-free system, the user will be able to communicate with the other part without taking off the device. This device is also upgradable remotely by the call center. The other projects I would like to talk about is an AAL project called Vetmon. The aim of this project is to develop an ICT system to support clinicians when making medical decisions in the early detection of neurodegenerative disease. In order to achieve this, the system analyzes the behavior of the individual in the activities of daily living at home and detects possible deviations from the normal pattern using machine learning techniques. The system provides tools for both clinicians, caregivers, and the user. In order to monitor the behavior of the individuals, data are continuously collected from non-intrusive commercial sensors. These sensors have been placed in strategic locations in order to know whether the user fits properly, how is the quality of sleep of the user, erratic behaviors, and so on. The collected information is presented to the clinicians and caregivers via some tools that organize this information attending to 6 different clinical dementia rate domains, such as memory, orientation, judgment and problem solving, community affairs, homes and hobbies, and personal care. And that's all. Now my colleague Leire Martinez will introduce some activities in the other file of application.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. It's a pleasure for me to be able to present the assistive technologies field of application. Within this field we have 2 focus areas. One of them is interaction. In this area we develop products for people with sensory disabilities, such as low hearing or low vision. We also develop devices, systems and services to improve interaction in general. This is focused for elderly people or for people with disabilities, but we try to develop solutions that would be used and liked by anyone. And we also provide home management solutions, so we try to make the environment more an enhancing space for the person instead of disabling a space. You can also see that we have a line in object manipulation and haptics, and this is strongly connected to the work that we do in robotics. On the other hand, we also develop solutions in the area of cognitive support. In this area, we provide support and help to the people with cognitive impairments in performing activities and tasks of daily living, and we also provide cognitive training for these people, or cognitive training in general for people in a fragile condition. We also try to create solutions that support caregivers. I'm now going to show you a couple of projects to illustrate the work that we do in this area. Please afterwards, if you have any interest in any specifics, let us know through email and we can show you a little bit more. This project is called Haptimap. It's a haptic audio and visual interfaces for maps and location-based services. Within this project, tools were developed to create map-based services. So the idea was to provide, as a result of the project, a toolkit that would allow developers to create map-based services easily. And a second result from this project was focused on raising awareness of accessibility issues, and a tool was provided to create accessible routes for people with diverse disabilities. In these images, you can see the user application. You can see how the user with the finger activates the microphone so that the speech dialogue can be activated. And when the user requests a route to be loaded from the file, this route can be loaded and the user could receive the instructions, in this case through a speech. This is a multimodal application, so we are not only focusing on people with visual impairments, but any kind of impairment. This is a screenshot of the mobility trainer. Unfortunately, it's in Spanish, but you can see that, well, in this area, what we do is we choose a user profile from a preset set of profiles, and once we have chosen one of them, in this case, we chose the profile for blind people. We are given advanced configuration for different possibilities. Here we can choose from different constraints for the route creation, such as, for example, street lights that are enabled with sound, and we can establish that this is something completely necessary for our route. The second project that I would like to talk to you about today is Fluent. This project focuses in human-robot exchange, in fluid human-robot exchange of everyday objects. This project started in 2010, so has been running for some time now. And the aim is to analyze the human-human object exchange, to understand it better, and to try and bring that intelligence to the control within a robotic arm. You can see here in the image that we are using the KUKA lightweight arm as a reference. So here you can see one of our labs. These are two of our colleagues. And what we are doing here is, with the motion capture system, we are tracking the different positions of the arm and the head and the upper body while they are exchanging objects. This exchange happened in different positions, so it could be in this middle position, lower or higher position. We also used people of we asked users of different heights to do this, and all this information was tracked and processed in order to create movement information. So this is what we did to understand better how it happens among humans. And on the other hand, what we did was, in a simulator, we are trying to implement different algorithms for arm control. Here you can see how my colleague Miguel is moving the arm through face movement. Well, this is just an example, but the important thing here is the control of the arm through the simulator. We are still working on this project. There's still a way to go. And we also got a project called Collaboration in the same research line to continue and progress the work that we are doing here, and to also include a hand to the arm. So in this European project, we will be focusing not only in the arm, but also in the grasping and gripping. So this was just a brief description of what we do in the time that we had, and hopefully we didn't go over it too long. But if you need any additional information about our activities, there is a URL that you can access to on YouTube where you should find TECNALIA's videos for different projects. And you can obviously also access us through email for any concerns, any questions, or any comments. Thank you very much.
So thank you to TECNALIA. I think the problem is with my microphone, so please, if you have any questions, raise your hands using the status icon, and in the meanwhile, I will try to change the microphone if the problem. Okay, there's a question from by Renzo. So Renzo, speak, please.
A question to the third speaker, to Leire. You spoke about assistive technology for cognitive support. Can you give some example?
Okay, so one of the projects that we developed was called ETNA. What we did was we provided support for people with cognitive difficulties to try and help them manage the finances, the household finances, and see if they could be independent on the economic side for a little bit longer. We also have some projects on the augmented reality to provide support for people with cognitive disorders at work. And what we try to do here is we try to through augmented reality, we try to provide additional information about the worktop, about the elements that they have on their worktop, so that they can still complete the tasks, even if we are aware that they have some difficulties.
Okay, thank you, Leire.
We cannot see, we don't see any other request for any other question. So I think we can move to the next speaker, to Mats Lundalv. So please, Mats, you have the floor.
Okay, can you hear me? Yep, not very well, badly, not very well. So there's quite a mix here. So I go ahead. I increased my volume. Okay, so I'll tell you a bit about the our center, DART, and DART is a Center for Augmentative and Alternative Communication and Assistive Technology. And here you have our team that is currently around 15 people, so we're not a very big unit. It's a team that consists of speech and language therapists, pathologists, occupational therapists, special teachers, technician, computational linguists, and some admin staff. Actually just 1.5 person. So we're quite a condensed and slimmed team. As you can see in our list here, we are quite dominated by female staff. Our head of unit is a woman, and most of the staff, we are just 3 male people in the team currently. And this is our organization. We belong to the healthcare of the western region of Sweden, South Sweden, and we are organized under, we're part of the Western, Västra Götaland, the Western region healthcare, and Sahlgrenska University Hospital in Gothenburg. And under that, actually then, the Queen Sylvia's Children Hospital and the regional habilitation. So we are one unit under the regional habilitation, which we call it. Habilitation is in relation to rehabilitation, which is more actions to injuries, etc., that occur during life. While we are organized under the regional habilitation for children and young people, we are actually a bit unique in this part because we support also adults, but we are dominated by work for children and young people. And just a few words about our location and premises. We are located in the center of Gothenburg, right near, in between the central station and railway tracks and a big container terminal for cargo. So it's a very busy area that we are located in a big industrial building that is dominated by the central post services and goods services in Gothenburg. But in addition to that, many companies and public organization for traffic planning, etc., is also housed in this building. And our little unit is also then co-located with and share premises with SPSM, or the Swedish Agency for Special Needs Education and Schools. So while we are a medical part of the Medicare and healthcare, we are not located in a hospital setting at all. And here you can see some of our, just some clips from the environment there. This is some meetings that we've had with concerning some of our projects with people with disabilities and care staff and teachers and therapists, etc. We have in our premises, we have 2 assessment rooms, a computer room for education courses, and meeting rooms, and we can also share larger meeting rooms with our neighbors from SPSM. So shortly about our background and history. DART was started in 1988 as part of a large project for creating regional computer resource centers in Sweden. So we were one of 8 regional computer resource centers, as they were called at that time. And that was coordinated by the Swedish Institute for, Swedish Handicap Institute at that time, and now, which is now called the Swedish Institute for Assistive Technology. And our funding there came from the Swedish Heritage Foundation, which is a large source of national funding in the area of support for people with disabilities. Our activities became permanent in 1992, and I was personally the leader during the project period from 1988 to 1992. And after that, we had other national projects to focus on AAC. And we had one such project in connection to our activities here in Gothenburg, and we were joined with this AAC-oriented work in 1998, and then were established as a Center for AAC and Assistive Technology. And we've been part of the Sahlgrenska University Hospital since 1998 as well. So here is shortly about DART's activities. We have three main pillars that we build on. One is assessment and counseling for people with severe disabilities and needs for AAC support and tailored ICT systems, etc. And there we work mainly towards the region to support the local and fundamental rehabilitation and habilitation services in our region. We also provide courses and education for users and parents and therapists, teachers, etc. In connection to our assessment services and the recommendation that they will lead to, and also more general courses concerning hardware, software, and methodologies. And we also then, the third part of our activities is the research and development. And that is then basically, or usually, software and methodology development of different kind. We do quite some projects that are concerned with evaluation of hardware and software and methodologies, case studies, etc. So here is a little map of some of the customers, clients, or etc. that we work together with for assessment and educational services. And the main actor there is the habilitation. In addition to that, we work with technical aid centers, communities. LSS is the provision of personal assistance in Sweden for people with disabilities, which is organized through the local communities. So we work for both, do work for both these areas. Quite a lot of work in connection to schools, of course, as we work a lot with young people and children. But also then for adults together, we cooperate with and support sheltered living facilities, activity and day centers, sometimes visual impairment centers, and others is, among other things, work that we do for bodies outside of the Western region, and insurance work, etc. So just a few words about how we work with our assessment and support services. We base most of our work on what we call collaborative problem solving, and that is an intervention model that includes a lot of cooperation with the person in focus, whether it's a child or an adult, and the family and professionals and other important people in the environment around this person. And it includes the components of the ICF that are needed, like where focus will be on activity and participation rather than on diagnosis, etc. And it's a functional and solution-oriented method, dynamic rather than static. And it works well with goal setting and evaluation of goals. And here are a few slides about some detail how this work is performed, and I will not go into very much detail here, but you can look at this further on. But it's a lot about not only focusing on the limitations, but also on the capabilities and resources, motivation of our clients, and match that towards the problems and limitations that occur for the people that are referred to us. And concerning the goal setting, it's a lot of discussion with the parties involved to establish realistic and goals that are realistic and possible to evaluate on ideally a short-term basis. We use something that is called GAS, that is Goal Assessment Scales, that we use to assess the outcome of the goals and the implementation that is carried out in connection to that. And it's an iterative process. And here is a table that is often used to set up goals and list resources and problems, resources, capabilities, problems and limitations, suggested explanations, and goal setting and methods to carry out in connection to that. And this has been developing during a number of years, and we find it working very well. And the good points here is that we focus on the child's resources or the adult person's resources, and we focus on making other people in the environment interested and engaged. And we try to set concrete goals and provide methods related to that, and to be realistic and positive in our activities. In general, to increase participations from the client and person and the environment around this person. So I will not talk so much about the educational work that we do, but I rather skip over to the research and development area. So the R&D area has been a strong tradition since the start of DART, and it has also been expanding over the years. And in this work, we are very much linked to other parties. We are linked locally here in the region to R&D groups at the regional habilitation and the Children's Hospital. But most of our projects are run in close cooperation with other stakeholders, centers, and or academic research teams, and the local rehabilitation and rehabilitation services in our region. Since 2009, we have started to strengthen the organization and structure of DART's internal R&D work, and we have a local research group since then, where our leader is Ulrika Färm, one of our speech and language therapists. Currently, 2 of our staff of 15 are PhDs, and we have 2 PhD people in PhD studies. So we will soon have a couple of more among our staff there. So we have a research program with formulated goals and activities and methods. We have developed guidelines for our projects, and the whole team is involved in our R&D work, but to different degrees, of course. Currently, we have 2 open research and development days yearly, which are followed up by internal R&D days for the project staff to plan and expand our R&D work. And we are also a joint organizer of a yearly and scientific lead of a yearly conference called the Communication Carnival of Western Sweden, in English translation. So, about our work in projects currently, and a few words of previous work. Currently, we are involved in 2 European projects. The AEGIS project that is running since 2008 and ending late summer next year, and of course the ETNA project. And some previous European projects are the ComSpec project in 95 to 98, and the worldwide AAC project in early 2000, Navigabile project in the late 2007 to 2008, and also then the COGAIN project for eye gaze control, communication by eye gaze control, which was running 2006 to 2010, and which is continued in the COGAIN network, COGAIN association, where one of our staff, Margaret Buchholz, is the cashier right now. And there has also been a number of Nordic projects, some of them preceding the European ones and some of them following up. Most of these projects then are clearly focused on AAC. A few words about the AEGIS project for those who are not familiar with that. That is the largest European project right now then, and that's a very wide-ranging for accessibility and to try to provide an open accessibility framework to facilitate for mainstream developer to bring out products that work better for people with disabilities, and provide building blocks and toolkits to support development. And you're welcome to visit the AEGIS website. We had a major conference 2 weeks ago in Brussels, and there is a lot of presentations and papers available for you to have a picture of all that is going on within AEGIS. For our part at DART, we have two areas of activity within AEGIS. One is the user involvement part, where we are one of 4 user pilot testing sites, one in Spain, one in Belgium, and one in the UK, and one here in Sweden. And in addition to that, we are also involved in development in the area of graphical symbol support, or what we called inclusive multimodal language support, based on something called the concept coding framework for multimodal and multilingual support. More concretely, we are building in graphical symbol support into an extension to OpenOffice LibreOffice to provide an inclusive environment for working. This is targeted primarily towards people with cognitive impairments and communication impairments resulting in reading and writing difficulties and need for AAC. But we also know that this is very helpful for supporting people with other types of language problems, including early literacy or second language learning. And we also aim at supporting facilitators to provide symbol material based on standard and freely available software. And so here are some slides just giving a little glimpse of what this looks like. We have developed something called the CCF symbol server that is currently supporting English and Swedish and two symbol systems, Bliss symbols and Arasak symbols. Arasak is from educational department there. And this can be used together with text within the writer application on Open or LibreOffice, just as a support for comprehension and as a graphical spell checker. It can also be used by AAC users where you need a symbol display input chart to produce the message. So you have a full symbol editor environment here and possibilities to combine with speech support as well, of course. And this is just an example of how this can be useful for facilitators to produce symbol. The CCF symbol server is also applied for the development in connection to a development of an AAC application for mobile devices, Android-based mobile devices. And so this technology is really trans-platform. You can use the OpenOffice and LibreOffice extension on both Windows, Mac, and GNU Linux systems, and here the servers can also be used online over the internet for web-based or mobile devices-based applications. So this is a long-term work that we have been following up since the worldwide AAC project that was mentioned before. And we will continue with that also after AGES. So in addition to these European projects, we have a lot of national and regional projects. Currently, here is what we are running now, so it gives a snapshot of what we're doing. So here are some projects connected to development of technology, software, often with a touch of computational linguistics. So these are a project called GRASP for development of tools for training of grammar for children who use AAC. LECBot is a robot play for children with physical impairments with a small Lego robot based supported by speech synthesis with a robot and give it commands and engage with peers in different activities. We have one project running right now called Tivoli, which is together with the Department of or the Technical High School of Royal Technical High School in Stockholm, where we develop computer play for training of manual signing. And we have Pratmakaren, which is a project to develop software to allow reading of text strips in DVD video shows on the computer in connection to an open source media player there. Now, here are some other current projects which more involves or oriented on knowledge methodology development for here for the individual and the environment around the individual partners. So Pragma is a project for development of methodology and tools for working with pragmatically organized communication books oriented to preschools, families, habilitation staff. COM-A is communication based on communication books for partner development communicators for communicators with aphasia or dysphasia. Talking Mats and Parkinson's disease is applying Talking Mats methodology for Parkinson's patients together with care staff and families. And Listen is one similar project, but using Talking Mats methodology to allow children with disabilities to share their views of their assistance and other services. So this shows that Talking Mats, low-tech methodology developed in Scotland is used quite a lot, and DART is in fact a main source of education and training in the Talking Mats methodology in Sweden. Here are some more projects concerning knowledge and tools primarily to partners of users with communication difficulties. So Active is a project to support play and use of AAC in cooperation for parents and in cooperation with the local habilitation services here. ComHeat is communication and AAC support in hospital care settings, and Compass is a project oriented to support AAC, practical AAC work in the schools. Projects result in AAC material that is made available on our website or in publications in cooperation with the Swedish Institute for Assistive Technology or the Swedish Agency for Special Needs Education and Tools. And it's low-cost material or for free, which is distributed on our website. So we have a lot of visitors and downloads of AAC material from our website. And that's about all, and you're welcome to visit our website. I'm sorry to say that our English part of our website is not very well supported, but there is quite a lot of material there that you can look at. And you will also find more information and links to our projects there and publications. You're welcome to ask questions.
So, thank you very much, Matt. And now, let's see if somebody has any question. So please raise your hand if you have any. Renzo raised his hand.
Yeah, Renzo, you're a keen questionnaire.
Hi, Matt. Yeah, I've been hearing the Talking Mats until now. My question is about the GATT.
Yeah.
You spoke about something like the goal attainment or assessment scaling. Can you explain what is it exactly?
Yes, well, it's a method for setting very concrete goals, and then you make the assessment of how you attain these goals by a scale where you have 0 is that you meet the goals, 2 that you exceed the goals, or -1, -2 that you don't reach the goals. So it's a very simple and clear scale for assessing concrete goal setting, and we've found this to be a very useful way of assessing goals together with families and therapists, teachers, etc. When doing assessments and providing suggestion for interventions, etc. If you like, I could provide you with some links to information about this methodology, I think. So Renzo, do you have something more for me? Now it's all silent here.
No, Renzo is writing. Decided to write a message.
Okay.
I think.
Later, of course, by email, yes. Okay, I will provide you some links.
Okay, so there are
more questions.
There is also Monica interested in links, and now let's see if there is another question. Otherwise, we close the meeting. I take advantage of this occasion just to remind. No, there is a question by Niels. So please.
From Niels, yeah.
Ask your question.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. I would like to introduce my colleague Michael Hubert to you, to ETNA, because I hand over my responsibilities to him. I will leave FTB, and for this I will leave ETNA Consortium too in the future. So I would like to say thank you very much for the good work in ETNA, and I would like to say everybody all the best to wish for the future and for the project. Okay, goodbye, and now I would like to hand over to my colleague Michael Hubert.
Well, hello all together. My name is Michael Hubert, and I'm occupational therapist at FTB, and I'm a team member here since 1998. And well, I'm looking forward to work together with the team of ETNA, I suppose I will be at the next meeting in Copenhagen in January. It's in January. Yeah. Well, probably just shortly to my person. In general here at FTB. So I work together directly with people with disabilities. My major tasks are consultation, instruction and training for single persons as well as for groups. And I also do some networking activities in several committees and working groups, like the German Occupational Therapy Association, the DVE. I will try to substitute Niels, who will leave us in a few days. Yeah, I don't know what to say further. Thank you.
Okay, welcome, Michel, and good luck to Niels. Thank you very much for your collaboration. So, actually, Michel, I think you will participate to the workshop in Copenhagen. So, we will have the chance to meet you on the 25th and 26th of January.
Yeah. Yes, I think so too.
Yeah. So then we'll exchange contacts, etc. Anyway, so I would like to to wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I also take advantage of this occasion just to remind you that the next webinar is scheduled on the 11th of January. It's another Wednesday, and so there will be DLF presenting, and also there is one slot available, so please let me know if anyone who still hasn't asked for participating can do the presentation on that day. And if you don't have any other questions, I will close the session, the meeting. Wishing again happy holidays, and hear from you soon.
Happy holidays, and thank you.